Good morning, all. This is Brian Perkins doing the Unit 6 discussion on contract and breach of contract and contract confliction. I guess that's the best way to describe it. So we start here with the breach of contract. Breach of contract is fairly simple. Once you have a contract between two entities or two or more entities, when some person breaks the terms of that contract, that is considered a breach of contract. Um, with that being said, there are remedies and damages that can be assessed. Usually, sometimes those are written into the contract. So if you do A, then this will happen. If you do B, then this will happen, and so on and so forth. Um, it just depends on how thorough the person writing the contract wanted to be. In the event that some of those terms are not fully described or enclosed in there, then obviously you have to go to court and have a judge or a mediator determine what your damages would be based on what the breaching party has done. Um, so complex license agreement. So this one is a little bit odd to me, but it's very, fairly simple like that. So you basically have two types of licensing agreement. You have your basic license agreement and your complex license agreement. Your basic license agreement is basically something that it's very simple. You have one product, two entities. Everybody agrees. The scope is clearly defined. Everything is clear as you know as it could be. Everything is defined as it could be. That would be your basic uh, license agreement. Everything other than that is considered a complex license agreement. So when you have multiple entities, multiple products, the scope isn't clearly defined. There's you know disagreements on what should and shouldn't be done. That would make your license agreement complex, and so you're obviously going to have to deal with some things in that regard when it comes to the complexity of that. So contract management. So from what I was able to find, there are 7 stages to to contract management, and those are basically, simply put, contract preparation. You have to draft the contract, which is writing it. Um, you get it approved. So you show the contract to the parties involved. They agree that yeah, I like this, but they haven't signed it yet. So that's kind of where that would fall into. There's contract negotiation. Um, so if there anything that needs to be adjusted or anything like that, that's usually what happens. Um, before the contract is signed. So when you get it approved, you may have some approved, but I guess is the kind of category that would fall into. Then you sign the contract. That's where the contract is actually finalized. Everyone's saying, okay, we agree to this. We agree to all the terms inside the contract. There's no more negotiations that are needed at this particular time. And then you must keep up with the contract. So there's the two parts of that. So there's keeping up with any amendments or revisions that happen post signing of the contract, and then again to post signing of the contract, you'll have audits to make sure that everyone is doing what they're supposed to. You may have renewals, so if the contract is set to expire before the project is complete, you might have to renew that contract. And then there's your obligations within the contract. So if you're obligated to do, hire a cleaning service for a particular aspect of this, then that's you have to do those things, and there's other things that will be described in the obligations of that thing. So, what makes contract management so complex is anytime you have two or more entities that you're going to be working with, it automatically increases the complexity, tenfold because, and simply put, you have to deal with another person's or another entity's wishes and expectations. So with that comes, it's like if I'm doing something for myself, I know what I want to do. I can go and do that. It's not a big deal. And if it doesn't work out the way I want, I'm the only one that's disappointed. When you start bringing in other people, other entities or other companies, they have different expectations, and you'll have to manage those, and that's where the complexity comes. And you use contract management to kind of break that down, organize it in such a way that it is manageable for you to actually create some profitability through contract management. Thank you.